Hi. What happens when someone retires? What happens when someone retires? Surely it's got to do with perspective, how you see it. There's huge contrast here. The retirement industry would have you believe that if you retire at a certain age and you have enough super, life is going to be bliss. There's a book out. I won't mention the name of the author, but she knows who she is, where you see two wooden easy chairs or outdoor furniture chairs sitting on a beach facing the water. And the emphasis is that these people are going to have a very blissful, happy retirement. You don't actually see them. But in another one, you see a lady sitting in a chair, sipping champagne, with all around her on the beach things like bags stuffed with money and drinks, and totally unrealistic. But this is done satirically, I'm sure. It's not meant to be true. On the other hand, though, the advertising industry like to propose that when we retire, we will be almost athletic, retirees in the peak of health, very rich, very healthy, and very energetic. That's one way of looking at it. Then there's the other end of it, the way it's often viewed by many, especially the younger ones, those people say under 30, under 40. They see retirement differently. They see people in walkers. They see people in wheelchairs. They see people hobbling along on walking sticks. They see people in nursing homes or having face masks on themselves, being perhaps force-fed. In other words, they see the opposite end of the spectrum. It goes from elation and bliss to despondency and despair. But what's the truth of the matter? We know that if we retire at, say, 60 and we live to 90, that's a lot of years. We will be young retirees, middle-aged retirees, and old retirees. When we're young retirees, in those so-so go-go years, don't for a moment think it's going to be split into 10, 10 and 10. It might, but it probably won't be. If you look after your health, and you have the right attitude, the so-so go-go years of those 30 years could last 25 years or more. I have been retired for 29 years. I took voluntary redundancy, or took my last pay, walked out of work at the age of 59, so close enough to 60. Been retired 29 years. I could make it to 90, I think I will. Which means if I make it to 90, I'll have lived over a third of my life in retirement, and most of it in the so-so go-go years. I don't use a walker. I don't use a walking stick. I can still stride out and do my 20-minute, half-hour walk. I still pump iron at the gym. You can do that too, if you start early enough and determine that you will hang on to your good health as long as you can. You will reach the go-slow years. As I've said in other videos, I think I'm on the cusp now. I wouldn't go mountain climbing or skateboarding or even going surfing. But I probably would have done that when I first retired. But after 29 years, you have to accept the inevitable. Lots of things start to gradually change. We have to accept the changes. These are inevitable, but don't get despondent about them, because as we change, we can change the way we do things in life. We can form new objectives, new pursuits, new particular things to do. And I've been doing that. I mean, I started doing these talking head videos about 18 months ago. But I'd been placing videos for at least another 6 years before that. And before that, written blogs. And before the internet came along, I did other things, many things. You can do the same. Now, to get back, what happens when someone retires? We get older. Our bodies get older. The essential us, you know, that thing that looks out through your eyes when you're a little boy or a little girl and knows it's me in there, that doesn't change. That's the same when you're 40, 50, 80, 90. That's the real you. Your body's changing. It's wearing out. Just like your motor car. Give it plenty of maintenance, it'll last longer. Your house might be falling apart. Paint it, scrape it back, put new tiles on. Refers to the body as well as the material things you own. Your body is a material thing. We know that. We know that. Look after it. It is your tool for experiencing the world. If you want to experience the world in good, happy ways, then you need to look after your health. Physical health. Physical health and mental health go together. There are some exercises, for example, brisk walking every day, which has a tremendous effect not only on your physical health, but on your mental well-being. There are videos on YouTube which would describe this in far greater detail than I'm describing it now. There's lots and lots of good stuff out there on retirement, put out by people who've researched it. I don't claim to be an expert on retirement. My claim to fame, so to speak, is simply that I've lived through a long period of it. I'd like to see you live through a long period of it too, happily, contentedly, purposely, so that you can get the best out of your life. As I said, I refer to these as the final third. So many people today are working, educating themselves or being educated, working for 2/3 of their life, only to find they have another third of their life left when they leave work. Important years, possibly the best years of your life, because you've got freedom such as you've never had before. Use that freedom to pick out the life you want for yourself, and just accept the fact that gradually the body will deteriorate, but that doesn't mean to say you've got to get upset about it. Life is what life is. Have a long and happy retirement. I'm doing that, and I'm hoping that I'm helping people like you do the same.